McQueens Flowers in London. This week I'm going to be showing you a vase arrangement with our subscription flowers. First of all, let's see what we get. To open them up, so exciting. Yay, they're beautiful. So, first of all, we have these gorgeous parrot tulips. They go with the tonal theme of whites and greens, but they have this beautiful little flash of pink inside. We have the hosta leaves, so that add that little bit of wow factor. It's quite a different type of foliage to use. You might not get to see this that much, so it'll work wonders with showing your vase off. Peonies, we're just coming into peony season, everybody's favourite flowers. These ones are super fresh, so they come in quite small, but they'll end up by blowing open and really being a showstopper. Sweet William, add that fluffy bit of texture into your design. Really long lasting as well, so great for flowers at home. Then we have the Tritilia. These will actually pop open to really delicate little white flowers. So again, in a few days' time, you'll see them really come to life. We have the Freesia. Chose these for the scent. Always great to have something really sweet smelling in the house. Finished up with these gorgeous Scabiosa. Absolutely stunning to give that more gardeny, fresh feel. So, as we're making a vase arrangement today, I just wanted to show you that you can actually use any shape vase that you might have at home. We're going to be taping the tops of our vases in a grid, which will mean that those stems will be held into place, rather than using any type of floral foam or even making it into a hand tie. Today, I'm going to be using the round vase. This would be the finished grid, which I made earlier. But just to show you, you just start off by putting all your tape in one direction. Don't put them too close, otherwise you won't be able to get any stems in. And then, using tape, I have a floral tape, but you can use normal gift wrap sellotape, which you probably have a roll of at home. So once you have your vase prepped with the tape, make sure you pop some water in. Of course, the flowers need to drink. The best thing to do, lay your flowers out, have a look at what you've got, and then decide roughly what order you're going to put them in. As you choose, you may need to remove some of the leaves because you don't want them going into the water. So I think that one's fine. Give them a little snip, and then we'll start placing. Okay. I'm going to be making something a little bit more asymmetrical. I'm aiming for that wild garden look. Great thing to do when you have more of a wild arrangement, place things at different levels. Often you can also put a couple of the same flower together, which we call a grouping. If you look in the gardens, you'll see that flowers all grow together. They don't grow in separate areas. So to create that really wild look, perhaps put things together. So before I put any of the smaller delicate flowers in, I'm going to go for these gorgeous hosta leaves, mainly because they're so big. If I put them in after all the little flowers, you'll end up by losing those flowers in the arrangement. So by looking at how they fall naturally, perhaps I might have this one coming forward to the front. I just need to turn it around so I can see it. Yeah, just move those back. The great thing about the tape is you can really easily move those stems in and out. That's great. Using this hosta leaf at the front also means that I'll be able to cover up some of the tape. Remember, you can remove the tape at the end. It's easier if you try to cover it throughout. Okay. So now I just want to use the length of this leaf on this side to start to get that asymmetric design, which works perfectly with more wildflowers as well. Not quite so controlled. This one's got a beautiful curve on it, which might actually help to guide the leaf in the direction that you want. Always check the front. So far so good. So now I'm going to be using my tulips, mainly because again they've got quite a thick stem. Using a grid it gets quite full up quite quickly, so get those larger stems in first. Something like the thinner stems you can actually glide in a lot easier at the end. Okay, so I'm going to have these guys perhaps coming a bit more forward at the front. Okay. I have one just peeping over here. You can really be as creative as you like. You can make more of a controlled arrangement if you wish. Depends upon your style. Now, peonies. I can't wait for these to puff open. They're going to be absolutely stunning. When you receive really fresh flowers, they are a lot smaller, but don't worry, because you'll place them and they'll grow within your arrangement, so they'll fill those spaces beautifully. Also, peonies come with quite a strong foliage, so you can use that in your design, perhaps to cover your tape or to fill any gap. I'm going to have these almost as a focal, right in the middle there. They are my key performers, so I'm going to have those in there. Oh yeah. Do you see how that foliage just filled that gap? So often it's best to not condition them too much before you start. Measure in. Always make sure that foliage doesn't go into the water though. And again, if you're doing a grouping, have them at different levels. It creates a bit more interest. Now we're going to move on to my freesias. Although freesias have quite a thin stem, they're quite sticky and they're quite tricky to place, as you can see. But these are great because actually if you put those inside your grid, that's going to support the flower even more. So that means that you can place them at the end, but they should stay exactly where you want them. Forward think as well, so this is going to open up to a beautiful white flower, like this one. So remember, that's where your white's going to be, that's where the colour's going to be. Okay, you have to look at it. Maybe have that slightly lower point in here. Nice. So now we're going to start to put in these beautiful scabiosas. These will really start to create that drama and will give a little bit of air to your arrangement. It's quite solid, so you can start to have some of these sprouting out, which will really dance above the flowers. So I'm going to keep them relatively tall on this side. Love it. I might move around at the beginning. Cool. The great thing is they've got such presence, you can have them flying in all different directions. So maybe I might have one in here. Final stems are the Tritilia. As I say, I've left these to the end. Because of their really clean, slim stem, we can feed them through very easily. So I'm going to use these as two groupings. I'm going to make them different lengths. I'd quite like to have them just dancing up here, really gentle. When they pop open, that white will lead your eye through the other white flowers. So roughly around there. Pop them in. Don't be afraid to put more than one stem in at once. And there we have it, all finished. The great thing about these particular vases is that they all come out differently. So when you finish yours, don't forget to share it on McQueens Flowers. Also, hashtag for the love of the craft. Look forward to seeing all of your